That's the main reason people are gonna get this board, is to swap batteries on the fly. All right, welcome back, guys. We have another skateboard in the books. We have the MAXFIND FF electric skateboard. We're gonna take it out to the local park over here, like I normally do on my skateboard reviews. But first, I wanna dive into the box and I wanna show you some of the stuff it comes with, and then we'll get on the road and we'll go review the board. All right, so when you get it, it's gonna come like this. You're gonna throw this off. The skateboard's gonna be sitting right on top of this, but we already have it in our car. Take that piece off, bam, you got your charger right here. We had to use it real quick, so we had to charge the skateboard. Comes with the 14mm wrench, that's nice. And then it comes with the charging port. It is Type-C to charge the remote. And then you obviously have your remote right here. It's pretty nice, I like it. A little bit bigger than the Wildgo ones that we've had, but still very, very nice. And we got the manual. If you want to go through this, kind of shows you everything that's going on with the board. It comes with this. This is a tool. You're going to need this with everything. Every single skateboard manufacturer normally includes this with everything. And then it comes with one little Allen. But anyways, we don't need that right now. We're going to go take it right now and go. All right, we're going to put it to mode 1. That's not coming out on camera. This is mode 1. It hits about, it says 17 kilometers per hour. So that's what mode 1's gonna get you. We're gonna go up to mode 2 right away because this is pretty slow. Now we're doing 15 kilometers per hour in mode 1. All right, so now we're on mode 2. Mode 2 is getting us up to about 25 kilometers per hour. When you hit it real quick, I noticed that it has a higher top speed for a quick second of like 27, 26, and then it jumps down to 25 kilometers per hour in mode 2. All right, we're in mode 3 now. Mode 3 is where you get a lot of good power from, and 38 kilometers per hour, which is close to like 23 miles per hour. This board definitely feels great. I don't feel any issues with it. I'm not on the rubber tires that I am on the X-Way Atlas, but it's not bad whatsoever. It's really comfortable. So the specs on this battery say it's a 10S 2P and it's 216 watt hours. And I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, 10S is gonna get you around. I mean, 12S would be better, but I mean, still feels fine. It's gonna get you from point A to point B. Being 10S is gonna save your battery a lot and you're gonna get more range. So this board claims a range of about 17 miles. Anywhere from 17 to 20 miles is what I was told. And the reviews that I've seen on this board, they actually get that, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Something you're gonna notice if you do pick up this board, the first thing you notice is how flexible the deck is. It's like a flexi composite deck, and I mean, my buddy, he got on it, he was about 220 pounds, and it was almost touching the ground, it looked like. So just be aware of that if you're not really into flexible decks. Honestly, I don't mind it whatsoever because it's helping hit the bumps and everything like that, so I actually enjoy it. This board is fantastic. It's actually really smooth and comfortable. I would say it's a bit smoother than the Wildgo that I reviewed a little bit ago. This is using 96mm wheels on it compared to, I believe the Wildgo was running 90mm, so it's a little different. And this thing will go over stuff a lot better. When you get on it, it feels really, really bouncy. I swear, I feel like a mini trampoline. It looks scary, but it's not. Trust me, nothing's gonna happen to it. Just don't stand directly in the middle of the board and do that. You know, you might start scraping the bottom of it. Makes me wish that my X-Way Atlas was a little flexy because I actually kind of dig this a lot better. If you do weigh a lot more than me, probably in the 250 range and up, this might not be the deck for you because it's so flexible. And I actually don't even think the weight capacity is past like 260 or something like that. So might want to look into that just before you order this deck because you don't want to be scraping everything when you go up stuff. So that's my one recommendation if you are going to get something like this. Whew. So if you're going to be going over stuff like that, you definitely probably want to get an all-terrain board because that is rough. I mean, you can go slower. No one else has problems. You just got to go a lot slower. You can't hit that fast like you can on another board that has rubber wheels. So this is how the board looks. It uses a rubber grip tape. It's not too bad. I actually didn't think I was going to like the rubber grip tape, but actually it's not bad whatsoever. I don't feel my feet slipping off of it whatsoever. And then you have this battery compartment right here. This is the cool thing. This is the reason why you're going to be buying a skateboard like this. And the battery is just right there, easy to access. So if you have one in your backpack, I believe the batteries start at about $100 and go up to $300 or $400. Depends on what size that you want. So if you want something big, you spend another $300 or so, and you'll get like 3 times the range, you know. They do include a carrying handle made into the deck. That's actually a fantastic feature. I really like that. And the overall design of the board is not bad. I personally am not a fan of the fake type of carbon fiber that this looks like. I know some people might be because it's really different. No one's really seen a board like this, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I like a black, a dark type of carbon fiber, but to each their own. I've seen a lot of people say they like this, so I mean, you know, it's just going to depend on what you like, what you're into. Now, this board is a hub-driven motor, and you can get the cloud wheels for this. So if you want to upgrade the cloud wheels, it's compatible. You just have to spend another 100 to 120 bucks, and you have some cloud wheels on this skateboard. And if you do that, you're probably going to get a little bit more grip, and you're going to probably feel a little bit more comfortable if you get some thicker wheels. So I want to show you, this is how much the deck flexes. So your feet are technically supposed to be right here, but you know, if you kind of go down, you can see that this board really goes down, and I'm 155 pounds. So if that's something that concerns you, you might want to look elsewhere. All right, so the skateboard picks up pretty quick. It's rocking hub motors, obviously. It's super quiet, not belt driven, and it's 2 750 watt motors in the rear, which equals up to 1,500 watts of power. That's more than enough. It goes up to 25 miles an hour. That's more than enough for most people. Even 20 miles an hour for a lot of people that ride skateboards like this say that it's fast enough to get from point A to point B. So right now, I'm in mode 3 and we're doing 35 kilometers per hour. If we turn it up to 4, which we're gonna do right now, we should get about 40 kilometers per hour, which is gonna kick us up to about 24 to 25 miles per hour total. So we're gonna turn it up to 4. Bam, we're in 4 now. Probably can't see that, I know. All right, let's go. I want to see if we can get the speed. Hey, we're hitting 39 kilometers per hour. That's about 24 miles per hour. And we are down a little bit on the battery because so far we went 5 kilometers. So it's doable. 25 miles an hour is definitely doable on this board, but once it goes down, keep in mind, you're gonna lose a little bit of a mile per hour. That's like with any other skateboard and electronic that you get. So it's rated for 25. But average, when you drop down on the battery, you're probably gonna be getting anywhere from, I don't know, probably 20 to 23. So this thing has double kingpin trucks. I actually think they're really nice. I didn't do any adjusting to them whatsoever. I have my tool in my car just in case I do need it for this skateboard. But it is actually fantastic. Right out of the box. I don't feel any speed wobbles whatsoever compared to my X-Way Atlas that I have. It just goes. Right now we're going downhill and we're hitting 41 kilometers per hour, which is probably a little bit over 25, like probably 25 and a half. I have no speed wobbles whatsoever. It is on the higher end price. We haven't talked price yet. It's $8.99. I think it's on sale right now for $7.99. But that's as I'm making this video, so I can't promise that it's gonna stay the same price. The regular price is about $8.99, and if you want the off-road version, it's $1,000. Realistically, the reason why you're gonna buy a skateboard like this, the MAXFIND FF, is because it's a hop swappable battery. It's right on the top. It just unlatches in 2 seconds, and you're already in the battery. You just gotta disconnect it, turn it off, and you're good to go. You just put another battery in. And I mean, if you really want to make this thing a real good commuter going back and forth to work, this thing is going to go super, super far. But you got to think you're going to spend some extra money to get that type of range. Another thing too, I'm getting less vibration in my feet on this deck compared to the Wowgo that I had. Bigger wheels, so you don't feel too much vibration, and the rubber deck is actually really helping. I thought my feet were gonna be hurting by now, but it's been perfectly fine. The only thing that's gonna beat something like this for your feet is getting all-terrain tires. All right, I wanna show you how this board sounds going by. I know it's a hub motor, it's gonna be kind of quiet, but I want you to get the sound and the speed of me zipping by real quick. The brakes, as expected, they do work. They definitely do work, but they don't just slam on the brakes like some other boards I've been on, like the X-Way and the Walgo. That thing will throw you off the board. This one stops pretty good, and then it gets to a point where it just kind of mellows out and slowly comes to a creeping stop, so it does not stop as fast as some other boards. Just keep that in mind. But it will still stop you. I was coming in pretty hot. I just wanted to see if it would do it, but I was gonna run into the camera if I didn't jump off. It's a great skateboard. I can't say anything bad about it. The only thing minor that I noticed on my board was that it has a water gasket seal on the lid that covers the battery. And mine has a little gap in between it. And I'm worried that if I go through water, water might get in there to the connections. So I'm not planning on going through any type of water or puddles or anything like that. Yours might not come like that, but mine has a small gap and it doesn't look like the seal is completely closing. But if I was you, I wouldn't go through the water with this skateboard anyway. Little puddles, sure, but don't splash a bunch of water on it. One thing that you should know about this board is that it does not have auto turn on features. So what you have to do is you turn the remote on by holding this. It's gonna say that it's disconnected. It's gonna flash like this. So set your remote down or whatever, or have it in your hand. You don't need to flip the board over. I just want to show you, but it's this button right here. You just have to push that button, flip it back over, and then your board's connected. So just keep in mind that if you're in a rush and you need to just turn on your board and you want to go, this does not have that feature. You always have to go and search for the button underneath the board. It's gonna be right back here. It's easy to feel, no problems whatsoever getting to it. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. I actually think this is something that I might keep, have some people ride it. I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy it. It's super smooth on these tires for how flexible the deck is. It just takes the bumps. My feet aren't even hurting yet. And it carves so damn good. I know these aren't the best engineered double kingpin trucks. I get it, I totally get it. But for my type of riding, it fits me great. It is pricey though, it's mid-range. It's not the highest expensive skateboard, but it's not the cheapest skateboard. It's really gonna depend on if you like the design or not. And if you can get over the design, which a lot of people like it, it's just me that doesn't like it too much, is you're gonna love it for the hot swappable battery. That's the main reason people are gonna get this board, is to swap batteries on the fly. I wish they would have sent me an extra battery that I could have tried it out with. I would have loved to just be able to pull over, pop the thing off, switch it, and see my battery go up to 100% and then just put it in my backpack. It can't weigh more than a couple pounds, so it can't be that bad. So bam, I'm riding. Oh my God, my battery's at 0%. We gotta pull off to the side. Get off the board. Take this off super quick. Grabbing it's a little harder if you got bigger hands. Bam, take that out. You're gonna want to disconnect the, the battery underneath first, but this thing just pops right out. It's a little snug in there. Well, look, and then you just disconnect these two wires, put them in your backpack, put the new one in, be good to go. Just make sure that you get all the wires out of the way when you do push this back down into the skateboard. You don't want to pinch anything. Make sure it's really in there. But how easy is that? You can go forever. You can impress your friends while going on a group ride, and all of a sudden their skateboards start dying, and you pull over at a stop when you guys go get something to drink or food, and you're at 100% when you get back on the road. So that's fantastic. That took less than probably 45 seconds to a minute. And look, we're back to going, baby. 100% if we would have changed out the battery. These things are fantastic. Hub motors are taking over. Even though I like belt driven because you can switch a bunch of different wheel options and top speed and acceleration, hub motors are getting to the point where they're just as fast as belt driven motors. I think they're already there, to be honest, and this is a fantastic skateboard. So if you got the money and you want the hot swappable batteries, it's a no-brainer to me. If you guys want a discount to the skateboard, I'll put it on the screen right here, and then it's also going to be in the description if you want to go back and you miss it on the screen. Just copy and paste it to the website, see what the discount you get, and if you buy it, let me know in the comments if this review helped you purchase a skateboard, because I'm really trying to give you the day in life of actually riding the skateboard and not just giving you the specs on everything. Because a lot of YouTubers put a bunch of specs on the screen, and it's like, I can read that on their website. That doesn't help me. I want to see someone actually ride it and tell me how they think about it. All right, just so you guys know, this board will let you know when you are down to the last 25%. Alright, so we just got back from riding the skateboard, and I want to let you guys know that I rode it 3 miles, or kilometers I should say, before we went out and did our test. Well, I charged it before I, went riding today, and we did 25.1 miles, if you can read it on that display. And so that means we did about 22 miles, or 22 kilometers, which is about 13.5 miles. So that's the range I got out of it, and I'm on 1 bar left. It did notify me probably 3 or 4 miles ago that I was at 25%. So I'm going to say the board is probably on its last 10 to 15%. So that's not too bad. I could get a couple more miles out of it. So their range of saying 17 miles is pretty accurate. So got to give it to them on that. And we'll see you in the next video. The next video, I'm going to get some people to ride this skateboard. I'm going to get my coworkers, my friends, and we're going to see what they think about it. So subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. That's going to be about the MAXFIND FF. Later, guys.